Welcome to Ag Shorts. I'm Kalen. With me is my father, Brandon. Today, we will be going over the worst horse Dad has ever trained and why.
God.
Keep it under 5 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to think. It would be actually harder to do what's the best horse because there's so many good ones.
Mhm.
But one in particular, boy, there's a couple of them that were just absolutely horrendous, for different reasons. One was just absolutely spoiled a mare. Of course, she's strong-willed mare, which adds a little bit of complexity to it too. But she was very, very spoiled for one, when she was handled, and then not handled that much. Oh my God, she was tough. She was really tough. Was always looking to she was kind of one of those, she was very smart, but one of those that was always looking to take advantage of a situation. So never, she was never going to be trustworthy. And I told the folks that when they come and got her, when she was as done as I was going to be able to get her done. You could ride her, you could do what you needed to do and get going and use her, but you could never trust her. She just was just owly and, nasty about it in a sweet way. She's just very, very deceiving that way. And it wasn't that she was lying to you. I mean, that's just the way she was. Most of them don't have the ability to be, dishonest. And she wasn't. That's just the way she was and how she was able to try to manipulate her way through life. So another one, when I was a kid, there was one that was a kind of a pony-sized, larger pony. Certainly not an adult-sized horse. I think that horse was probably about 14 hands, maybe just under 14, and I was about 12 probably.
Mhm.
And they brought this horse to me to be able to ride, and because it had bucked off several other kids, and this thing was just,
Was it mean?
yeah, it was ornery, just a typical ornery, and did not want to be rode. And you do the best you can with it, but of course at that time it was one of those, hey, you think you can ride this horse for me? And of course, I think, I don't know, it was my mother or my dad was, oh, I'm sure you can give it a try for a while.
Volunteer.
That was one of those freebie. Exactly. I was voluntold to do a horse, and it was
I
like,
know that all too well in the Army.
hell yeah. And it was like just a and it was a little older pony too. So it had everything going wrong for it. And those are probably the two top ones, but they're just, you can never trust them. And of course they could never trust that little pony, because I mean, that was just his way. And those are kind of notorious for being, when they're kind of ornery like that, that's just their nature. That's the way they're going to be. That's the way they're always going to be. So, but yeah, that's always a product of how they're handled, what they're handled with, or how, or by, and who, so you get somebody who wants to have their way all the time, and then you start changing that progress for them, and that's not forward progress on their part. It's
Right. Well, it
not
just
not
goes
getting
back
what they
to
want.
what you always say with like a minute left. Like, everybody's a trainer. You either train them to get
Yeah.
better, train them to get worse, or train them to maintain. So yeah, no, I
Right.
I completely
Well,
get it.
and if they start out when the moment their nose hits the ground and they break the placenta, or the the sac around their body, and they're able to get whatever they want, that's their world, and anything else is not their world, and they're going to rebel. And
Yeah.
that sometimes happens. So yeah, those are two of the really worst ones. There's been some ugly ones, but nothing like those.
Yeah. Well, with that, that's Dad's worst horses that he's had to train.